something that is of grave concern in our society.
It's a season and a reason for everything.
I'm going above and beyond, so I'm not gonna go above and beyond.
That's what we're talking about now.
No.
You know right from wrong. You know how you felt. You caused that on someone. Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I do want to say, you know, this weekend I was in Florida, and I want to just say hi to my family in Florida. I had a wonderful time in Florida, even though it's under bad circumstances. I lost my auntie, but in the midst of all that, I'm learning my new family. And, you know, I just connected dots and seen, you know, because I'm always wondering why people act the way they act or do the things they do. And I got to see a lot of women in my family.
And now she knows why she is the little spitfire that she is.
Yeah, because my aunties are something else. They are something serious, and they are, you know, very well-rounded, educated, and just don't mess with them.
Did any of them discuss politics by any chance?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me, what was the perspective about politics?
Well, I can't say what they said on TV. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Can you, like, put frilly pantyhose on it or something?
No.
Can't even frill it up any?
They're real women.
Oh, my gosh. Well, what do you think about all this stuff going on now? Okay, we have a turnover now. The Republicans are in office. Now, I'm just going to be quite candid. Nobody asked me for my opinion, but I'm giving it anyhow.
It seems like everybody else is anyway.
Well, I really believe that if President Obama was not a black man, he wouldn't have the problems that he's having. I'm just telling it the way I see it.
So you're saying if he was Caucasian and doing the things he's doing, people would go along with it?
I think they went along with President Bush.
Well,
and look at all the things that he did.
A lot of people don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, some of them like what he did. They like the fact that he started the war. They like the fact that money disappeared and there was no questions asked.
But my question to you is this. I mean, all that's true, but there are a lot of people who could see that a lot of bad things were done under the Bush administration.
I mean, they would not say no to him, and they definitely wouldn't just go up to him and say, "Hi, Bush. Hi, George."
Oh, yeah, and that's a big problem. I was reading an article about that. This gentleman who happens to be a Canadian has been observing what's happening in America, in American politics, and his whole thing is he finds it very shameful, the behavior of the American people, because he said whether you agree with him or not, he is still in the position of being the president of the United States. And he did mention something along the lines of what you just said, how they, you know, when the Tea Party had the rallies and they painted him, you know, to look like Hitler.
And do you know, no one would dare call George Bush a liar when
he was making that address
because they knew George Bush would retaliate.
As a matter of fact, the young man happened to mention that in his article, how very disrespectful, you know, that was, and how that has never happened before. But he is a white Canadian, and he did say himself very, very blatantly that it's because he's a black man. And, you know, I have to say to America, that is so shameful, though, you know, that, I mean, what's really wrong with us?
It's a song called True Colors. People are showing their true colors. You know, the way in the era I was raised, I was always taught there's nothing new under the sun.
Well, you know, there's a book that says that.
Yeah, it is. And it just shows, if you just sit back and observe and look, it's nothing new under the sun. You know, true colors are coming out. Everyone is saying that we are in a better situation now. Well, we are still back in some ways. So.
But he also observed, he talked about how really and truthfully that if America would just sit back and really appreciate the president that we have now, they were saying he's intelligent. You know, they're saying, like, give him
the opportunity.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Instead of saying, you know, he's causing all these problems that he walked into.
Right.
You know, like the stimulus existed before he got in office.
And now the representative Isa has accused him. Well, it's kind of. He did accuse him, but then he came back and he really didn't accuse him of being the most corrupt president in our
And we
history.
can't say, before we take this caller, we can't say that it's only Caucasians that are against him. I spoke to some African American Republicans that, you know, are saying things about him too, and they staunch Republicans. And I'm like, did you forget? But anyway, thank you for calling Real Women, Real Issues. What's your question or comment?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, great show, ladies. I'm with you on this thing with President Obama and looking at the Mr. Bush coming out with his new book. And it shows how toxic that the environment is. And the reason I'm saying, because the Republicans didn't want Bush to come out with his book before the election because they didn't want to dredge up the old memories of him causing 2 wars, 2 unjustified wars, sinking the economy, having a Wall Street meltdown. Yet with all the things that he did not complete as the leader of the United States, once President Obama gets in, he's inherited such a mess that it may take 4 Democratic administrations to fix this mess that we are in. And I do agree with the lady about it's not all Caucasians either. A lot of black people has sort of sat down and kind of washed their hands of President Obama. However, excuse me, I do think that President Obama has not really fought for his base. I think he's been too complacent, too passive, in a sense that he's the first African-American president. However, you still have to stand up and have a core belief, and I don't think he has shown that core belief of just fighting, because if he tried to do something for African-Americans that seemed like he's too black, the thing that upsets me, I'm going to finish off here, is that he appeased the Hispanics by electing the first Hispanic to the bench. When he got a second Supreme Court opening, he could try to appease his real base, who voted 95% for him in the general election, to put the first African American on the Supreme Court bench, which he did not do, and he should have done. And last but not least, trying to save some of the Black Lincoln job down in Arkansas, he went and signed the bank bailout, not bank bailout, but a farm subsidies for white farmers down there, where they got a bunch of money. And yet the African-American farmers here are still waiting for the bill to go through Congress, where they could receive $1 billion in back loans and subsidies that they was promised. So Obama has, it's a great start in a sense that, you know, he's opening the door, but I don't think he's really being as firm as he could be as far as helping our community. And thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment, caller. And I do agree too. I when I turn the news on. I can't even watch the news. I have to turn my TV off because I'll be ready to blow up some stuff. But let me retract that because I'm on TV. I not blow up, but want to fuss some people out. But anyway, not blow up buildings or anything like that.
Yeah, please.
But because I don't want Homeland Security come knocking on my door, okay?
But we need to
But I do want to clarify before we go to break. I do understand what the caller is saying, because when I turned the TV on one morning last week after voting, he was apologizing and now, wanting to hear. But I'll hold that thought. They're flagging me down. We have to go to a break.